optimism and pessimism are both delusional. Because when you really get down to it, things aren't always going to be all good or all bad. So both of these routes, both of these mentalities for tackling life are completely delusional. Truly, the only non-delusional mentality to tackle life with is complete pragmatism, where you almost don't even judge the future and you just wait for things to happen as they do and react to them. But rather often, people will choose either optimism or pessimism, and they'll believe that they're right, and they'll also believe that they're not being delusional with that way of thinking. Now, the reason I want to bring this up is because if we're choosing to be delusional, why would you not want to choose the option here that is more empowering for you? And obviously, I'm talking about optimism, because pessimism, it's still delusional, but it is not empowering at all. It's a complete opposite. Pessimism is something that can make you live a lesser life because it can make you think that your opportunities aren't going to work out, so you won't even bother to even go after them. It can make you believe that your goals are long shots, so then again, you choose not to pursue them because why even bother if they're not going to work out for you? So if we're choosing to be delusional, choose to be optimistic. At least then you're choosing the route where you can delude yourself into actually making your life better over time. In a way, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy where even though you are being a bit delusional, you're thinking things will work out more often than not, you can actually end up doing just that in your own life by choosing optimism. Because either way you choose to believe here, you will make a self-fulfilling prophecy for yourself because it will impact your actions and your behavior. If you choose to believe that things will work out, it's going to mean that you will likely act on opportunities that arrive. It means that you'll likely go after your goals because you believe you will succeed. If you're pessimistic, it means you won't do those things because you believe they're not going to work out. See how they create self-fulfilling prophecies? In both cases, we're being delusional because things aren't always going to work out like the way optimists believe they will, and things aren't always going to not work out the way pessimists believe they will. So why not choose to go for the empowering option here? Go for the empowering delusion, the one of optimism. There are literally studies backing how optimism makes people happier over time. So why not go with that route? So I wanted to talk about this because it is so interesting to me how people will choose both sides of this coin, optimism or pessimism, and the people choosing the pessimistic side won't realize how they're harming themselves because they often understand that optimism is delusional. They understand it. They get that. They'll make fun of optimists. I've seen it before. But they won't understand how pessimism is also delusional because neither of them are accurate of reality. Reality is somewhere in between. It's pragmatism where you're just literally choosing not to judge it in one way or another. You're just being realistic. You're reacting to what happens. That's the only non-delusional way to go through life. But in a way, it kind of isn't all that great because you're being reactive rather than proactive. So it could still lead to you kind of having a lesser future than you could have had you gone the optimistic route. Really, out of these three options, the only one that will more often than not lead to a better future for you is optimism. Because that's the one where the self-fulfilling prophecy you create is almost always going to be a better quality of life for you in the future. Going back to how it means you'll often act on opportunities, you'll pursue your goals and whatnot. Even if you see someone you find attractive, you'll think things will work out, so you'll be more likely to talk to them, so you'll likely have at least more dating options or even better experiences when dating and whatnot. So you'll eventually hopefully find someone worthwhile of pursuing life with. The list goes on. There's so many ways where optimism enhances your quality of life. So you have two delusional options, one realistic one, but the only option here that will usually make your life better is optimism. I would highly convince all of you to adopt a more optimistic way of viewing the world. I know that it's a bit delusional, and you can even know that, but at least, more often than not, it will make your life better. Because it will make you do things that will make your life better over time. It creates that self-fulfilling prophecy that's actually good, as opposed to a negative one or a neutral one, which neither of those are really all that helpful. So why not delude yourself into creating a better life experience for you? So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. It hit me the other day. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and I just realized that optimism and pessimism, they're both delusional. They really are. So why not choose the route that's more empowering? If we're going to do it ourselves, it only makes sense to choose to believe in something that actually makes your life better versus something that will hold you back. And pragmatism has its place, but again, it's not always going to enhance your quality of life because it is a more reactive way of viewing the world and dealing with it. So I would say err on the side of optimism. At least that will make you believe that things will work out, so you will often be more risky and pursue things that will make your life better. So yeah, pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are an optimist already, please feel free to share situations where your optimism led to your life becoming better. Like for instance, maybe you applying to college and getting accepted, or applying to a job and having a good interview and getting accepted, things like that. Because rather often we discount the impact that optimism can have in our life. And I know that the pessimists know that optimism is delusional, but I don't understand how they don't understand that pessimism is also delusional. So if you are a bit of a pessimist yourself, I urge you to just try shifting your mentality. Try viewing things in a more optimistic way, because you might find that it'll make you slightly happier, and it will often improve your quality of life over time. But that's all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci.